be the most expensive flute then, Lydnie, that you've ever sold?
Well, I think it was an 18K, that's 18 carat gold flute. Beautiful, completely handmade, very heavy, and obviously the professionals play on those flutes. But I'll just run you through the difference between a $200 flute and an $80,000 flute.
80,000. That'd be lovely to bring to the band, wouldn't it, at school?
So, the metal that the flute is made out of is very important, and it creates different kinds of sounds. When we're talking about an intermediate to a professional flute, we don't really talk about whether it's an expensive flute or, because they're all expensive at that stage. But some people like a warm sound, other people will like a bright sound, other people like a dark sound. So it's not that the one's better than the other, it's just that they're different. So what is the difference between these flutes? On a beginner's flute, your flute will be silver plated. The next step up is, this is called your embouchure plate, and your embouchure plate is made out of silver. Now this is where you're producing your sound. So that is the first area that goes to the next level of being solid silver. Then you'd have a solid silver head joint. Then you'd have a solid silver head joint with a solid silver body with silver plated keys. And then you have everything solid silver, silver keys, silver body, silver head joint, and then your professional flutes are all handmade. So every little bit is handmade. That's when it gets really expensive. And of course, if the more silver it is, the more silver the flute has, the more expensive it's going to be. Gold, obviously, is going to be more expensive, and they've now started making platinum flutes, which are even more expensive than that. Fantastic sound, but most people can't afford them.
And how heavy are they?
They are quite heavy, which is another issue that you have to consider when you're buying a platinum flute. But what they do to get around that is, underneath the lip plate is joined to the head joint by what's called a chimney. So underneath this area here is a little chimney, and the lip plate is then soldered onto the head joint. Now what they do is they make the chimney out of platinum or gold, just to give you a little bit of that gold sound or platinum sound. In fact, that's my flute. The chimney is made out of gold, and if you look down into the hole, you can see that chimney is gold, whereas the rest of it is silver.
So, Lydnie, I can see one more little black piece of instrument on that chair. Would you like to tell us what it is?
Sure, I'm very excited about this head joint. I've just come back from 3 weeks in America, where I went to Asheville and I visited a flute maker called Chris Abel. He makes Abel flutes, beautiful craftsman. If you want to find out more about him, get onto his website, Chris Abel. He makes wooden flutes, and I don't have a wooden flute myself. A lot of times it becomes very expensive to have a silver flute and a gold flute and a wooden flute. So what I have done is I have purchased a wooden head joint, and I put the wooden head joint onto my silver flute, and that way I create a wooden sound. It doesn't sound entirely wood, because it's not entirely wood, but it gives me just that warm wood sound.
Oh, Lydnie, would you play it? Let's have a listen to what it sounds like. I wonder if you're going to be able to hear the difference between just playing the flute on the silver head joint, and this is all wood.
This is wood.
It's a wooden head joint. I've never seen one of these. It's just lovely. It sounds a little bit more oriental.
Yes.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Everybody who starts to learn, they will be learning on the silver, most usually on the silver head joint, or on the curved
on the
hair joint. That's amazing.